Hey guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. It is Vlogmas Day 21. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue. I'm a medical coder. I'm doing the theme of my Vlogmas this year as motivation and inspiration. Today's motivational message: to be patient with yourself. So let's begin. All right, be patient with yourself. How fundamentally easy is this, right? The thought of being patient with everybody else, but you always come last and you're like, I need to be patient with myself. Yes, especially when you have been doing the best that you can and when you have been applying yourself and really trying hard to learn something. Yes, we're all not going to understand things right away. And there's going to be times when you wish you would have grasped it a lot quicker, right? Whatever it is, whether you are a brand new employee trying to grasp everything, or you are just a adult student trying to learn something brand new in a field that you've never been in, you have to be patient with yourself. The only time that we can really let the energy flow and let all of the good things come about is when we have that relaxed energy and we're willing to let things come to us rather than trying to chase it so hard that we end up wearing ourselves out. When we are impatient with ourselves, it starts to wear down our own energy. And in order to be able to keep up with the things that you want to be able to keep up with, you have to be able to maintain your energy. And the only way to do that is to be patient with yourself. Give yourself a break when you don't understand something, or perhaps you didn't do as well on a test. If you didn't do as well on a test, the thing that you can do is, of course, study, but maybe look at different avenues of different ways of studying. Perhaps the way that you were studying was not conducive to the way that you learn. So if you know that you're a visual learner, then look for other opportunities to learn things by looking at things rather than reading. Because some people are better when they can see things, like see pictures or see examples, rather than just reading it. Because not everybody learns the same. So when you're patient with yourself in that you know that you didn't get it this way, so you're going to try a different way. That is bringing that positive energy back to you rather than getting that defeated attitude, because you don't want to feel defeated. Whatever you do, you don't want to feel defeated. It is a natural emotion, yes, but sometimes we can bring this on ourselves unnecessarily, and you don't need to do that. But it's going to start with you being patient with yourself. Because what happens when we get impatient with others, right? We start to feel a little bit irritated maybe, and it's just like, oh, I wish everybody would just get on the same page, right? But if we just relax and calm down, we can see that when we do this to ourselves, that it's not going to bring anything good, right? Nobody ever learned anything because they got impatient with themselves. What did they do? They dug in harder, yes, and that's what you have to do, but that's working harder. That's not losing patience with yourself. That's working more. But you want to make sure that you're giving yourself that opportunity to be like, you know what? I have been doing good. I have been learning all this other stuff, and I've come a long way. So I'm just going to relax and know that sometimes I'm going to have to take a couple of runs at whatever it is I'm trying to learn. And that is the key, because when you start to do that, then you can relax a little bit more and have fun with whatever you're doing, because it's not going to be all, oh, you have to learn it this way and it's going to be so boring. It can be fun as well, guys. There are alternatives to learning things and doing those things, and also giving yourself those skills to be able to learn more and to be able to absorb whatever it is that you're studying, or getting to a point where you're more comfortable when you're speaking with others. Because that's another thing that people get impatient with themselves about as well, is they don't know how to speak. They tell me all the time, I get emails all the time, Blue, I get so nervous when I go to speak to people, and it's just so difficult for me. I give up and I just don't want to do it. Okay, having that all or nothing attitude is not going to help you, right? Because what is it going to do? It's going to stop you. Immediately, it wants to stop you from, doing anything. So know that there's going to be times when you have to take a couple of runs at things, but going and doing that action rather than just sitting on the sidelines is going to go a long way. But be patient with the fact that you have been with you however many years you have been alive, right? You've been with you this long. You are accustomed to doing things a certain way. And so when you have to do new things or when new opportunities come along, you have to change some of those things. So be patient with you while you are learning new things, or be patient with you while you are taking in new information so that it can make you and shape you into a better person. Because whether you are trying to get more fit as a professional, or you are trying to work on, your people skills, whatever the case may be, it's having that patience with yourself and being like, okay, if I'm patient, we're going to get a lot more done rather than just giving up right away because we're just going to be too impatient with ourselves. And we've always been like this. We're going to stay this way. People are able to make adjustments to themselves and change the way they think and change the way they act based on if they want to or not. My question to you is, do you want it bad enough? Do you want whatever it is that you want, whether it's school or work, a good, healthy work life, or a good relationship? What is it that you want? Are you doing those things and being patient with yourself while you learn so that you can have these successful relationships in work and personal life and doing whatever it is that you want to do? When you're patient with yourself, you can do a lot more. And it's you don't feel that all of a sudden you're going to get that anxiety of, what if I can't? What if I can't? You're going to be like, okay, well, I learned if I did it this way, this is not the way that is best for me. So I'm going to try to learn a different way, or I'm going to try to approach this from a different angle so that it can be better for me, right? And again, the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're patient with yourself. So that is one of those really huge things, because so many people, they just like it. They can have patience for other people, but they just can't have patience for themselves. And it's just like, you got to have patience for yourself too, because you have to take care of you along the way. Again, you are going to be with you forever. And you have to love yourself. You have to, and I know that sounds cliche. A lot of people say that you have to love yourself. It's true. You do have to love yourself. You have to like who you are. And if you don't like who you are, if you feel like you get impatient with yourself a lot, then work on it. No one else is going to work on it but you. And you have to work on whatever it is that is tripping you up. Everybody has something that they feel like they can improve on, right? I myself do get impatient with me. I have, and I do get impatient with myself, especially if I procrastinate on something. That is probably one of the worst things about me, is my procrastination. I will procrastinate on things, and I hate it. That is one of the things I hate about myself. But I have slowly started working on those things. And so it's just like, okay, chugga, 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 chugga. So I'm very happy about that. But again, you got to love who you are, and you got to be patient with yourself. But at the same time, you still got to keep the train moving. Don't be so relaxed with yourself. Be like, oh, I didn't study today. It's all right. I studied 2 days ago. It'll be okay if I do another day of no studying. Don't get like that. Okay, it's a slippery slope if you give yourself a little bit too much lax. Okay, you got to make sure that you stay on it. If you're studying, if you're in school, you need to stay on it. If it's one day that you happen to have so much going on that you can't keep up or whatever that day, that is totally fine. Being patient with yourself comes into play, where you don't start kicking yourself and be like, oh, I knew I couldn't study, so I'm just going to give this up. This is no. this is where you say, okay, I'm going to be patient with myself today. I was distracted. I had all the other things to do. But I'm going to get back in the saddle tomorrow and I'm going to take off again. So I'm from Texas, so I'm going to use those little bit, those little things like get back in the saddle. So what do you want from me? I wear cowboy boots. Okay. But anyway, but that's the message for today, is to be patient with yourself. Love who you are and be kind to you. Because again, you've got you. You've all you got, right? You got yourself. So if you want to be there for others and if you want to be a positive role model for others, then you got to be really good to yourself too. And that really is going to get you far. And it's going to get you where you want to be. But it starts with you. And it starts with you being patient with you. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys for joining me. I truly appreciate it. If this video helped you, give it a like. If this series helps you, give it a share. All right, so I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.